Before we start, a quick question for you. Have you ever wondered how your spending habits might be holding you back financially? Let us know in the comments below. Expensive brands for status. Imagine walking into a store filled with high-end brands. The allure is undeniable. The brand names echo luxury, success, and status. But here's the catch. The value of these items is often not in their quality or functionality, but in the brand name itself. Did you know, for example, that a high-end branded t-shirt can cost up to 10 times more than its non-branded counterpart? Yet, the cost of production might differ only slightly. What you're paying for is the brand name, the logo, the status symbol. Now, let's talk numbers. A study by Boston Consulting Group found that consumers globally spend over $1.2 trillion on luxury items annually. That's a staggering amount, right? But here's something to ponder. How much of this is driven by the desire to impress others? Think about it. When you buy a luxury item, are you doing it for the quality or for the status it brings? Warren Buffett, known for his simple lifestyle despite his immense wealth, often emphasizes the importance of buying for value, not for show. And it's not just about saving money. It's about investing in assets that truly grow in value. Unlike luxury goods, which often lose value the moment you purchase them, investments like stocks, bonds, or real estate can appreciate over time. So next time you're tempted by that expensive watch or designer bag, ask yourself, is it really worth it? Could that money be better spent or even invested for your future? Daily expensive coffees. Let's talk about our daily coffee habit. It might seem like a small luxury, but have you ever stopped to think about how much it's really costing you? Let's break it down with some eye-opening facts and figures. Imagine you're buying a fancy latte every workday. That's 5 days a week. Now, let's say each latte costs $5. Doesn't sound like much, right? But when you add it up, that's $25 a week, $100 a month, and wait for it, a staggering $200 a year just on coffee. Now, let's put that in perspective. What if instead of spending that $100 monthly on coffee, you invested it with an average annual return of 7%, typical for the stock market? Guess how much you'd have in 10 years? Over $17,000. In 20 years, that number jumps to nearly $50,000. And in 30 years, you'd have over $100,000. That's the power of compound interest. Makes you think, doesn't it? Now, we're not saying you should never enjoy a coffee out, but maybe, just maybe, brewing at home a few days a week could be the start of a richer future. And here's another fun fact. The average American spends about $100 a year on coffee. That's almost 1% of the average annual income in the US. Imagine if we all started investing even a fraction of that amount. Credit card debt. Now let's talk about something that affects millions of people. Credit card debt. It's our third point, and perhaps one of the most crucial ones. Did you know, as of last year, the average American household had over $8,000 in credit card debt? Shocking, isn't it? Credit cards can seem like a lifeline, but they're often a double-edged sword. Here's why. They come with high interest rates, sometimes as high as 20% or more annually. This means if you owe $1,000 and only make minimum payments, you could end up paying hundreds more in interest alone. But why does Warren Buffett warn us about this? Because credit card debt is one of the fastest ways to erode your financial health. It's not just the debt itself, it's the interest that keeps compounding, making it harder to get out of the hole. Let's break it down with an example. Imagine you have a credit card balance of $5,000 with an interest rate of 18%. If you only pay the minimum each month, it could take you more than 15 years to pay off, costing you thousands extra in interest. Now think about it. If that money was invested instead, how much could it grow over those 15 years? And here's another startling fact. Paying only the minimum each month can lower your credit score. A lower credit score means higher interest rates on loans, which can cost you even more in the long run. So, what's the solution? First, try to pay more than the minimum each month. Even a little extra can significantly reduce your interest burden over time. Second, consider consolidating your debt or transferring your balance to a card with a lower interest rate. trendy gadgets. Now, let's talk about our love affair with trendy gadgets. It's point number 4, and it's a big one. We live in a world where tech companies release new models every year, sometimes even sooner. But here's the question. Do we really need to upgrade as often as they release? Let's dive into some numbers. Did you know that the average smartphone user upgrades their phone every 2 to 3 years? And with each new model costing upwards of $1,000, that's a significant expense. But it's not just about the cost of the gadget itself. Think about the accessories, the cases, the screen protectors. The list goes on, and each time you upgrade, most of these accessories need upgrading too. Here's a fun fact. A study showed that if you invested the money you would typically spend on the latest smartphone every 2 years, in 30 years, you could have saved over $17,000, assuming a 7% annual return. That's a small fortune. But it's not just phones. Think about laptops, tablets, smartwatches. The tech industry is designed to make us crave the latest and greatest. But Warren Buffett, he's known for using a flip phone for the longest time and driving the same car for years. His philosophy, if it ain't broke, don't replace it. Now, I'm not saying don't buy what you love. If a new gadget genuinely brings value to your life, go for it. But ask yourself, do I need this upgrade, or do I just want it because it's new? Number 5. Lottery tickets. The chances of winning are slim, but the cost over time? Not so slim. Investing that money would be a wiser choice, don't you think? 6th. Frequent dining out. It's not just about the food cost, but also about the missed opportunity to save and invest. Home-cooked meals can be both delicious and economical. Number 7. Impulse buys. Ever bought something on a whim and regretted it later? We've all been there. Buffett suggests thinking twice before every purchase. 8th. Buying extended warranties on everything. Sometimes they're just not worth the cost. It's important to weigh the risks and benefits. Number 9. High-end vehicles. A car is a depreciating asset. Buffett drives a modest car. What does that tell us about smart spending? 10th. Unused gym memberships. Paying for something you don't use is like throwing money away. Could home workouts be a solution? Premium cable packages. With so many cheaper streaming options, is cable really necessary? 12th. Buying more groceries than you need. Food waste equals money waste. Ever thought about planning your meals? 13th. Opting for brand name medications over generics. The savings from generics can be substantial. Why pay more for the same effect? And finally, neglecting regular maintenance on things like your car or home. Small issues can become big expenses if ignored. Prevention is key. Wouldn't you agree? There you have it, 14 things that can drain your wallet, according to Warren Buffett. It's not just about cutting costs, but about making smart choices that lead to financial freedom. What do you think? Are there any points you agree or disagree with? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who could benefit from these tips. Remember, knowledge is power, especially when it comes to your finances. Stay smart, stay savvy, and we'll see you in the next video.